Hey everyone, how are you all doing? It's that trainer from Shetland here, and today I am bringing the first of what I hope to be many Pokemon videos. Today's topic is on my least favourite shiny Pokemon. Now, for those of you out there who don't know, shiny Pokemon are basically rare recolors of Pokemon. Like, some of them can be really good, and others can be, well, not as good. So that's what I'm here today. I'm here today to tell you my top 10 worst shiny Pokemon. Now, just as a disclaimer, these are all my opinion, and you may all have different opinions, and I'd like to hear them in the comments below if you do have different opinions. With that all being said, let's begin. This is my top 10 worst shiny Pokemon. Number 10. Blissey. Now, to be honest, I'm not really sure what to say about Blissey Shiny because all it really does is just lighten up the pink, and that's basically it. It's basically one of those shinies that I feel indifferent to, even though it just changes very little. It's like, I don't honestly know what to say, because it's just that kind of lazy of a design. Now, some may argue that Chansey should be on this list instead of Blissey, because Chansey has that kind of ugly green. But at least Chansey tries. Blissey, it doesn't really try. It's just basically a lighter shade of pink. Anyway, Blissey's at number 10 on this list. Number 9. Plusle. Now, Plusle is kind of in the same boat as Blissey. All it really does is just darken its ears, its cheeks, and its little hands. However, with Plusle, I kind of felt it could have been better. If you look at Minim's shiny, it goes from being blue to being kind of like a green colour. However, Plusle just gets stuck with dark red, which to be honest is quite disappointing. It could have just swapped the colours with Minim. So it could have been blue, and then Minim could have been red. That would have been pretty cool. But sadly, we're just stuck with these designs. Anyway, Plusle is at number 9. Number 8. Solgaleo. Solgaleo. Dear God, what is this shiny? I mean, if you look to look at its counterpart, Lunala, it suits the red colour scheme. It looks like a blood moon. But with Solgaleo, it just looks like it's sunburnt. I don't really know what the hell to say. It really does not suit the red colour scheme. It just basically makes it look like it's just been laying out in the sun too much. Which is actually kind of ironic. As it's the sun Pokemon. However, I do believe it could have been better. If you, instead of making it completely red, you keep it white, but darken the yellow to make it kind of black, which actually would have made a cool design. But alas, we've just stuck with the sunburnt lion. Although, just as a quick side note, it actually would be pretty funny if when they did make Gen 7 remakes, they called it Pokemon Burnt Sun and Blood Moon. Now that would actually be pretty funny. Anyway, Solgaleo comes in at number 8. Number 7. Flareon. Flareon is without a doubt my least favourite of the shiny evolutions. It goes from being red with yellow fur to an ugly orange with yellow fur, which, to be honest, is not really a good colour scheme for it. It just makes it look really, I don't really know how to describe it, kind of dusty, if that's a word to describe it. I'm not sure, but still, it just does not look good. I mean, if you were to change the red to blue instead, and the yellow fur into, white, for example, then that would actually look really good on Flareon. But as of now, the current shiny we have is just not good at all. So Flareon makes it onto number 7. Number 6. Zapdos. Now, Zapdos is basically the worst shiny of the 3 legendary birds of Kanto. That's no secret. All it really does is basically just darken a few bits here and there, darken its beak and its feet. I mean, I'd be honest, I can't really think of any way to improve it, really. It's just that bad of a shiny. I'll be honest, it kind of reminds me of Pikachu's shiny in a way. However, unlike Pikachu, I could actually think of something to say that I could improve it. Zapdos, well, I can't really think of anything to say. Like, it's just really kind of lazy. Like, they could have changed something with it. Like, I don't know, invert the colors or something? I don't know. Anything? But hey, you can't really change things. I mean, they did change some shinies, like Smeargles and Charizards, from Gen 2 to 3. But still, that's not the point. Anyway, Zapdos comes in at number 6. Number 5. Mismagius. Oh boy, now we're kind of getting into the kind of terrible shinies. Mismagius, oh dear god. That shade of green. What were Game Freak thinking with that? I mean, that just looks horrendous. It looks like it's colored the same as sick or something, honestly. There were so many better options. I mean, Mismagius' regular form, it has a nice shade of purple, and then it goes to puke green, when it could have gone to like anything else. Heck, it could have even gone to Misdreavus' colors, but nope, it just looks like it was just puked on. Anyway, Mismagius, in all its sickly glory, comes at number 5. Number 4. Nidoqueen. My lord, Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is just basically the definition of ruining a good shiny line. Basically, what I'm saying is, both Nidorans started basically inverting their color schemes. Like, for example, Nidoran female would turn purple, and vice versa for Nidoran male. And then for Nidorina and Nidorino, they'd pretty much do the same. But when it gets to Nidoqueen and Nidoking, Nidoqueen just goes from purple to green. I mean, why? Nidoking, he still retains the blue, but Nidoqueen, oh my god. It goes to like a dark green color, which it does not suit at all. It just looks awful and disappointing. And that's what puts Nidoqueen on higher than Mismagius. I mean, sure, Mismagius looks kind of disgusting, but Nidoqueen, really disappoints me. It could have been, an actual really good shiny. It could have been an awesome purple. But it just goes to being green, of all colors. I mean, some shinies do suit green, believe it or not. Because I know some people don't like green shinies. But Nidoqueen is definitely not one of those Pokemon. Number 3. Gengar and Garchomp. Now you may be wondering, Aiden, why are you putting these two on the same position? Well, to be honest, they both suffer from the same problems as each other. They basically look almost the exact same as their regular forms. Basically, they're just lazy designs. I mean, Garchomp, you'd expect a Pokemon like him, an awesome Pokemon like Garchomp, to have a really cool design. Like black or even white. But it just looks almost the exact same. And Gengar, it could have done so much better. But it just slightly darkens the purple. Which, honestly, is just really disappointing. Many people will put Gengar and Garchomp as the worst shinies of all time. But there are two more that I think are worse. Thanos plus, at least Gengar and Garchomp get pretty good shiny Megas. Like, Gengar just goes to being white. I mean, oh my god, that actually is a cool design. And Garchomp goes from being like dark purple to being like bright magenta pink. Which I think is not bad. It could be worse. It could have been like its original design. Anyway, Gengar and Garchomp are at the number 3 spot. Number 2, Kecleon. Kecleon shiny almost pretty much looks the same as its regular sprite, but it just has a blue stripe on its stomach instead of a red stripe. Now you may be thinking, Aiden, why is Kecleon this high on the list? Why is it surpassing Gengar and Garchomp, arguably some of the worst shinies of all time? Well, I'll tell you why. Because it had an alternate design in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time and Darkness. That was so much better and would have made an awesome shiny for it. In fact, I'll put it up on the screen right now. Like, you see what I mean? It goes to being purple, which, to be honest, it actually does look like it should have been Kecleon shiny. But instead, all we got was the blue stripe. But still, it could have been worse. It could have been number 1. But we'll get to that soon. Before I get to number 1, I do want to give 2 honourable mentions. First of all, Dragonite. Dragonite I've seen a lot of people dislike, but I'll be honest, I don't really mind the green on Dragonite. I mean, sure, it's nowhere near as good as Dratini and Dragonair, but it's not that bad of a shiny that I complain about. I'm just kind of indifferent to it. The second honourable mention goes to Moltres. Now, the best way to describe Moltres as shiny is, as in the words of the Aura Guardian, it looks as if someone tried to cook a chicken, but gave up after 2 seconds. I mean, honestly, it's actually pretty funny looking at Moltres shiny. To me, it's like a so bad it's good kind of feeling that I get when I look at it. It's like if Gordon Ramsay were to look at that thing, he'd just be like, "It's raw!" And that, honestly, I just think about that, it puts a smile on my face. So, Moltres is my second honourable mention. It's just so bad, it's good. Unlike number 1, Cosmog. Oh my goodness. Cosmog is without a doubt a terrible shiny. And plus, this is after Gen 5. This is like Gen 7. By this time, Game Freak would take more care in making the shinies, instead of just simply making them plot swaps. But Cosmog, all they did was just change its cheeks from blue to red. That's it. Nothing else. And you barely even notice its cheeks. Like, the only way you'd probably notice it's a shiny is if it sparkles. Which, to be honest, it's not even available as a shiny in Sun, Moon, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But, oh my goodness. Cosmog shiny, it just looks so lazy. Especially for Gen 7 shinies. Like, you've got shinies like Lunala, the Rowlet line, Incineroar, Palossand, Mimikyu, etc. But Cosmog just comes across as lazy. I mean, my goodness. I mean, they could have at least changed, like, its color to make it more like Cosmoem. I mean, at least Cosmoem looks decent. It kind of gets the blood red theme like Lunala. But Cosmog, Cosmog just got shafted in terms of shinies. Oh my goodness. Anyway, Cosmog comes in at number 1 of my top 10 worst shinies. Anyway, that's going to be today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also follow me on Twitter to keep updated on various things. And hope you all have a great day.